everyone, it's Tanny Games here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a tour through the waste part of Eternity Isle. I've talked about this space before on streams and how this has been the final spot I sort of needed to come up with an idea for on Eternity Isle and decorate. I mean, technically, there's now another spot that I need to decorate, but we won't go into that. But I was really struggling with this area, but I have finally figured it out. And we effectively have like a two-part kind of build. So I'm going to walk you through it all. It's quite a small build. There's not a lot to it, but I'll take you for a tour around it. So as you can probably see from where we're starting off, I have moved Eric here into the waste. I had this idea of doing like a combined tropical oasis and desert landscape kind of thing. That was my plan with this area, and then after thinking about it and stuff like that and what I wanted to do with my Mulan build and things like that, I decided to move Eric here. So Eric was originally in the docks of Eternity Isle, but with a build that I was really unsatisfied with. So I have moved him here and I feel like he fits here. Originally I wanted to keep him at the docks because I wanted him near Ariel, but the colours of his house just fit beautifully in this kind of landscape. So we come up here, we've got this pathway. I wanted to go with this pathway because I like how it kind of shows the ground underneath, and I like the idea that in a deserty place, like the wind's gonna blow the sand around, you know, you're not gonna have these perfectly kind of like clean structured paths because of the sand. So we come up here, we've got a bit of foliage, we can see a fountain here and then Eric's castle in the background. Now, the only thing that I dislike about this is the marble pillars. I wish we had some tall pillars in a more rusticy kind of tone. Maybe like a beige or a brown rather than this bright white. If we had something that mixed kind of like tone-wise with either Eric's building or these fence posts, then I think I'd have been happier with that, but for now this is kind of like the closest in terms of a pillar that I could use. So I just thought I'd mention that. Now if we head to the right here, I've actually got my well here. I've not done a lot of, oh gosh, can't get the view right. There we go. I've not done a lot of decorating, but I did want to have kind of like a nice well space. And one thing that I'd seen done before, and I ended up using it in my Bridgerton build, which was, quite a while ago now, was actually using these beds, but using them as like curtains and stuff like that. Like floating kind of like canopy kind of thing. So just kind of like ignoring the bed aspect. And I just thought that'd make quite a like a romantic backdrop for dropping in here and stuff like that. Like I wish we had some like canopy items that were just like this without the like bed space underneath. I think that would be nice to have. But yeah, if we come around here, we have our fountain. I just thought this made like quite a pretty centerpiece for in front of Eric's castle, and I've just structured it off with these fence posts here. And then if we come up and on the right, we do have Eric's statue. I knew that with Eric's build, I had to include Eric's statue alongside of it. So we do have Eric's statue here. I used the bumble stone just as a bit of a ornate kind of backdrop, if that makes sense, and some gold items just to lend to the kind of like royal elegant vibe of this build. I have tried to do a lot of bundles of foliage and stuff dotted around because I wanted this to feel kind of very tropical, very lush and things like that. So we do have Eric's house here. I have put a little bit of foliage down the sides, not too much, but just a little, just to accent it off a bit. We do still have this little walkway viewpoint. I do sometimes miss the view of the like shots that I could get through there. Like when this was in my regular valley, I had it set up overlooking the beach, and you could look through here, and it made such a beautiful viewpoint. Um, I think I've got Eric on my second account, so maybe I might do like a shot like that overlooking the beach for my dream snap on my secondary account. Perhaps I'll have to figure it out. I want to do something different for at least all three of the accounts that I do. I don't know if I'm going to be doing my sister's or not. I'll have to see what she says, see if she wants to do it herself or not. But yeah, for at least three of the accounts anyway. And then I set up this little tea spot. I just thought it'd be nice. I wanted to have some sort of outdoor decor, and I really wasn't sure what to do. And then I remembered the tea set, and it is a beautiful piece. I do love this decor item. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's a seriously like underrated item that we have in game, because it is such a lovely piece. So I'm going to try and make an effort to decorate with it more, because I do think it's quite lovely. And like for anything where you need those pillows and cushions, these tea sets are just absolutely wonderful for. And then we do have access to this mining spot here as well. And then just a lot of like foliage and stuff like that. Now you may be wondering what this giant space is. I originally had this open and you could see Scar's house on the other side. But what I actually thought was I wanted to keep this section separate from the next section, because I was thinking, well, you know, Eric's castle, he's probably going to have some walls, some borders, some boundaries. He's going to want to keep his like tropical oasis kept indoors and not look out to Scar's place. Like I was just thinking he doesn't want to look to that. So I use these Wally billboards and I put them like sort of facing each other so that they could act as almost like a wall kind of structure, to separate his tropical oasis from this desert. So this is my build for Scar. So we do have the Cave of Wonders here. I have got a little bit of a watering spot here for Scar, because I'm not 100% mean, you know, the guy needs water. Oh my god, I just realised I forgot to do the last bits of decor that I wanted to do. Hold on 1 second, let me just cut and then there'll be a few added bits of decor. So I have added in the extra bits of decor that I had wanted to put in. You've probably spotted them. So with Scar's area, I did want to put down some like bits of meat and some bones and stuff like that. I just thought it would work for his area, like just thinking like, you know, he likes to eat animals obviously, and so to have some remnants of like an animal and some bones, because I did use, as you can see, this wildebeest remains, but I thought using these bones that you could dig out and some of the meat items would also be a fun little touch as well. So Scar's area is decorated very basically. We have his lounging rock. We have a couple of like I think they're called scraggly bushes or something like that. Like we just have these dead bushes. Same with this dead tree, and then I've used a lot of these spiny trees as well, because I wanted this to look like a very dead kind of landscape. Not a lot growing here. Like obviously, especially if you've seen the Lion King film, you know what happens to like Pride Rock, the place where Simba lives, that valley and everything like that. It all dries out and things like that, because there's no balance with the circle of life and things. So and that's what I decided to do for this little area. There is a little seating bench down here. We do have access to this mining spot too, and a couple of like cactus plants and things like that. So this sort of decorated section is pretty empty and bare, but that's pretty much what I wanted with this space. Was I did want it to feel like an empty, arid kind of landscape, if that makes sense. I think arid's the right word. I'm not too sure. I don't know what's going on here, but Ariel's got beef with the Forgotten. Oh no, they're having fun. the forgotten clap, so that's good. But yeah, so that was my idea for this space with scars, house, and build. I'm actually pretty happy with how this turned out in the end. I do like the contrast between this like lush tropical landscape and then this desert. And like I said, sort of using these Wally billboards as like a divider section, I think worked out really well. So yeah, I like the contrast of this area. I think it turned out really well in the end, and I'm happy overall with how this happened. So only one more thing to do in Eternity Isle, which is to move Mulan's build over to the docks. And then that will be my Eternity Isle fully complete, fully decorated. And then hopefully that means any decorating going forward will be in the valley. Because I do still need to finish off decorating in the valley. That does need a lot of work. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this little setup. I hope this helps inspire you a little bit. I hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys!